up guys, Phoenix here, and today we're going to be working on Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul. This is part 7 I believe in our tutorial. So we're going to just be focusing on fixing a lot of gap holes we have missing and stuff just to catch a detail up, and maybe even get really close to finishing this time. We have a couple of things like the eyes, the ears, details in the hair, and little clips in the hair as well. So we're going to just start from the bottom and work our way up from there. So let's start at the bottom left of his jacket. And we're gonna go to the neck where we have this 7 vertical on the left side right here. Let me just mark it so you can see it. So you can see on the right hand camera screen, also from yourself. There should be this 7 vertical right there. And we're gonna go to the bottom block in it. And that's where we're gonna start bridging our jacket from. So on the bottom block, we're gonna put 4 to the left of it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're gonna count 3 blocks up from there. So 1, 2, 3. And that block, we're going to put 5 to the left of it because there's 2 points we want to continue this jacket mark from. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. You can get rid of the dirt blocks, and we're going to continue working with these two. I'm going to work with the bottom row first, and then we'll work our way up to the top row. So from the bottom row, we're going to go up and to the left, 6 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up and to the left, 5 flat. And we're going to do that 3 times in a row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like this, all connected at the diagonal, and we're going to do that 3 times. That's already 1, so we just need 2 more times after. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, placement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Easy. From there, we're going to go up and to the left, 6 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you notice, there's a lot of repeat numbers because this is like the biggest that we can use to bridge the gap without making it look too much slanted. Anyways, from there, we're going to go up and to left, 5 flat, 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now just to close off the gap, because there's only like a little tiny space right here to finish, we're just going to go up and to left 8, and this should meet what we have right here at the diagonal. So up and to the left, 8 flat, placement block at the end, and we'll go on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Now, let's go to the top row where we just started setting things up. We're going to go up and to the left from there. So put your placement block on the left side or top each time as you continue this part of the tutorial. 4 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up and to left, 5 flat. And we're going to do that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times in a row. So that's a lot. So just make sure each time you put your 5 flat, you put a placement block at the end. We're going to do it 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's placement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, placement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, placement. That's 3 times so far, so we need 3 more. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that is 6 times in a row. So once you have that working, make sure you get rid of the dirt and get ready to close out the shape, because all we're going to do next is go up and to the left 6 flat, and that should cover the gap right there as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. So that's the left side of the jacket we have right there. On the right side, however, if you notice, we're not equal like how we are here. So we're going to go fly over to the right side, and I'm going to shift the cameraman over as well. So let's get over there. We do only have 1 line on the right side of the jacket. Let's just catch that up. Like I said, this is going to be like a repairment video where we repair parts that are not working or not up to par yet. Anyways, from the 17 flat right here, we're going to go down and to the left. So find this spot right here on the right side of the jacket. And you can actually get rid of some of these extra dirt blocks. I don't know why they're there. I think as I got with the tutorial, I got a little bit lazier and I didn't clean up my space. But we're going to do that right now. So let's just clean up these extra ones. Alright. Now from the 17 flat, we're going to go down and to the left. So put your placement block at the end or on the bottom of the final block. Like so. So down to left 13 first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Down to the left 11 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Down to the left 8 flat, 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. So that pretty much repairs the jacket part of this pixel art, and it didn't take too much time. So we're going to move on to something else right now, and probably going to move up towards the either the ears, the neck, or the glasses. Let me kind of pick a point, but I'm gonna readjust the cameraman and just zoom out. And let's go down to the mask actually and start working on some shading in the mask. So for the shading in the mask, what I want to do first is we're going to be coloring the bottom right here and getting like a little bit of thickness in the jawline. So let me just pick a point to start at. 1 second. So we're going to go to the right side of the jaw, and over here we end up having some dirt blocks right here. I'm going to mark out where we're going to start. We're going to actually bring down some of the shading for the neck, which is going to be on this 2 flat right here that comes at the start of the bend in the jaw. So you can see we have the neck come up from there on this long stretch right here, and then it curves left at the top. Then we go down to left 2 flat, and then we have all these singles. So that first 2 flat we go down, we're going to go to the right block in it and put an extra 3 blocks going straight down. So the right block, 1, 2, 3. And this is still framework, so you're going to be using blocks of coal, or if you're using black wool, then use black wool. But the blocks of coal, like I told you, is a lot more helpful in this pixel art rather than like not helpful. Anyways, from there we're going to go down to left 2 vertical 3 times in a row. So put your place block underneath each time for this part. 1, 2, 3. Down to left 1 single. Down to left 2 vertical 2 times in a row now. 1, 2. Placement block 1, 2, and we end up having like 6 pieces of dirt that don't belong there, so we're going to delete those all now and just continue building down at this slant. Now we're going to go down into left 1 single, down into left 2 vertical, and we're going to end up doing that a lot more than usual. We're going to go down to 2 vertical 5 times in a row now, and this is like kind of like the home stretch reaching the bottom. So 5 times, sorry, 2 vertical 5 times in a row. So here's 1, and we're going to do that 4 more times. 2, 3, 4, 5. And like I said, this pixel art is very hard, so make sure you're always pausing if you need to. Make sure you're double checking your parts, because it would suck to get this far and then mess up. From there, we're going to down to left 1 single, down to left 2 vertical, and then we're going to close this gap by going down to left 2 singles. So 1, 2. Perfect. So now you have this weird split in the neck. Now what I want you to do now is add some colors to your tray right now, because it makes it a lot easier for me later when I'm describing them. We're going to get nether brick, block of redstone, gray wool, and light gray wool. So these are all different blocks you're going to be needing for shading and stuff like that. Don't worry about all of them right now. They might come in handy later. And even if I like drop this tutorial part and pick up another one, I'm probably going to tell you to add them to your tray in the next part. But just for now, I'm trying to remember them. Alright. Now we're going to go back up the jaw now to where we started this whole slant. Kind of where we had the 2 flat right there. And what I want you to do is follow that up and to the right a little bit more to where we have this 4 vertical. So this is the 4 vertical I'm talking about. It's kind of to the left of those headphone thingies on his right side, and it's right here if you need to look at it a little closer. So we're going to go to the top block in that 4 vertical and put 1 piece of coal to the left. We're then going to go down to left 2 flat. And this is more jaw shading. Like this is where we're going to get into the mask detail. So for those of you who've been waiting for the mask detail, where your mask is looking a little too empty and you're not proud of it or anything like that, we're going to cover that today hopefully, or just parts of it. Anyways, from there we're going to go down into left 6 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, perfectly. Okay, and like this is like, remember I told you this is not concrete. A lot of this is just experimental, so if I do change the numbers, just make sure you're listening. Anyways, I'm going to try my best to say everything right the first time though. From there we're going to go down to left 2 flat, down to left 2 single, down to left 2 flat again, down to left 1 single, down to left 2 flat, and this is just basically tracing the side of the mask almost, and we're just gonna like start layering out into like a jaw shape soon, like once we hit the bottom. So we're gonna go down to left 2 singles again, down to left 2 flat, down to left 1 single, down to the left. Let's see, we have 2 singles, 2 flat, 1 single. Then we're gonna go down to left 2 flat, 2 times in a row. So placement block underneath, 1, 2. Continuing on the diagonal, sorry, we're gonna go down to 2 flat again, just like that. That's our 2 times in a row. So let's see it. So it's even actually with the 2 below it. I've never noticed that, but yeah, that's a great way to put it. The 2 below it, right here, it's even. You see the left block ends there and the right block ends there. And just continue on that pattern. We're gonna go down to left 1 single, down to left 2 flat, down to left 1 single again, and here's where it starts leveling out a little bit. Down to left 10 flat now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're gonna start bringing it up and around, and it's gonna eventually reach up into the eye corner over there. So just take your time. Like I said, this is gonna be a long part. I think we have 2 more parts left. I would like this to be the last part, but we do have 2 more parts, unless I extend this one extremely long. Anyways, from there we're gonna go up into left 2 flat, 2 times in a row. 1, 2. Up into left 2 single. Up into left 6 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're gonna start rounding it back out now. So it's gonna be going to the right side. So we're gonna up into the right 2 singles. So placement block on the right side. 1, 2. Up into the right 10 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And here's where it starts getting a little bit difficult. We're gonna go down into the right 7 flat now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And right here, there's actually some stuff we can do with the light gray. I might come back and do it later, but for now, we're just gonna kind of touch upon it and not do too much detail. So on the first block in the 7 flat right here, we're gonna put 2 going below it. And on the second to last block, so this one right here, we're gonna put 1 going below it. And like I said, we'll come back to it later. This is more shading. This is actually necessary shading. So I suggest putting these here now. But we're gonna continue with the block of coal, sorry. Because if I get sidetracked now, I'm probably not gonna finish it when I want to. So going from the end of the 7 flat right here, we're gonna up into the right 1 single, up into the right 2 flat, and on the 2 flat, we're gonna go to the block on the right here, put 1 on top of it, and then 2 to the left. So it kind of starts heading back inward like that. Now we're gonna go down and to left, 5 flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up and to the left 2 flat. Up and to left 14 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And before we start going up into the mouth, we're just going to put a single by going up into the left 1 single. We're then going to go up into left 2 flat. And from that 2 flat, we're going to go up into the left 2 vertical. So it should have ended in a jaw like that. That's perfect. As you can see, this little like indentation in the mask is going to like contain the difference between the black wool and the gray wool and the light gray wool. So when we start coloring it in, this is going to be very important. But for now, it just looks like maybe just lines. So anyways, where we ended, we're going to go to the end of that strip because we ended on this 11 flat strip right here. We're going to go all the way to the end of it. So over here. And we're going to put 2 going below it and continue from there. So the strip we went up into, we're just going to go to the end of it on the left side and put 2 underneath the final block. From there, we're going to go down to the right 1 single, down into the right 2 flat, down to the right 2 vertical, down to the left 1 single, down to left 5 flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is heading up and towards his left eye, where there's going to be a lot of shading detail going there. Like we already have some of that triangular shape detail headed up there. So this rest of it makes no, it's like, it makes sense that it's going there. That's what I meant to say, sorry. So we're going to up and to left now, 1 single. Up and to left 2 flat. And we're going to start zigzagging soon. So we're just going to go up and to left 2 vertical now. And here's the crazy part, we're going to end up going up and to the left 17 single blocks. So make sure you count this carefully, or even if you need placement blocks, that's a lot more helpful. I think I'm just going to use the black hole because I know how to count properly, but make sure you count slowly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Perfect. Now where should the block ended? It should be even with the top block in this 4 vertical right here. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, whoops, 4. Top block in that 4 vertical, you bring it over and it's actually even in height with it. Yep, so that means you did it correctly. Now from there, we're gonna keep going up and to the left, but now we're gonna be using verticals now, and it's gonna get a lot more jagged. So we're gonna up and to the left, 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Up and to the left, 1 single. Up and to the left, 2 vertical. Up and to the left, 4 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up and to the left, 3 vertical. And it's going to start going up and to the right now and pointing out. So let's go up and to the right, 1 single. Up and to the right, 2 vertical. Now we're going to up and to the right, 6 single. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is going to flatten out now and go back into the left. So that's what we wanted to do, because this is going to all contain our black wool and shading. And also we want a layer of dark gray to just make it look a lot more smooth and transition, sorry. So from there, we're going to go up and to the right, 2 flat. And from the 2 flat, we're going to go to the left of it and put 1 extra block going to the left. So it kind of connects with that 1 single we had there before. But we're going to ignore the singles we had going before, because what we want to actually do is start heading back down. So this 3 flat is actually going to be its own little kind of thing going on here. So we're going to go down to left from the 3 flat, 1 single. Down to left, 2 flat, 4 times in a row. So 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can see, at the first, it was kind of clumped up with what we had before, but now it's kind of on its own, creating its own shape, which is good. So from there, we're going to go to the left block in the 2 flat, and we're actually going to make it 8 long by putting 7 going straight down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ends up finishing on the same block as the one before, or the 3 vertical right here. Bottom blocks are both ending on the same spot. And now we're going to go down and to the left, 1 single. Up and to the left, 2 vertical. Up and to the left, 1 single. Up and to the left, 2 vertical, 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 1, 2. Up and to the left, 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Up and to the left, 2 vertical again. And we're really, really close to the eye patch, so all we're going to do is finish this shape off by going up and to the right, 2 vertical. Up and to the right, 6 single now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And actually, I think we did that wrong. I don't think it's supposed to be 6 in a row. Let me check again. I think what we want to do is actually take the last 2 and change it up a little bit, because it's supposed to touch at the diagonal here, and I actually don't think it did. Oh wait, no, it did. It touched at the diagonal. We're gonna put 1 on top and 1 to the right to kind of just lock out the shape. And if yours didn't lock out the exact shape, that's fine. All you kind of need to do is just touch at the diagonal. Like, even if you left it at the diagonal, that's fine, but I kind of like to thicken it up here by doing that. So as you can see, we have this whole side of the mask now complete, which is pretty good. But there's more little like notches in it on the right side of the mask, and also there's stuff we didn't even touch yet in light gray. So we're gonna zoom back out and we're gonna readjust. Guys, take a break if you need to. Pause that right here. You know, leave the little timestamp, and we'll jump right back into it. I'm gonna get some water, and I'll just make a jump cut and continue. Next, we're gonna be involving a lot of black coal with light gray wool, so I want you to shift it closer in the color palette or your tray to the block of coal and the grass block, I would suppose, because what we're going to be doing is more of this same type of shading right here, except we're going to have to be using the light gray wool to branch some of the block of coal. Like some of these pieces will not work unless we put the light gray there. So you'll see what I mean. Like I said, we're not doing too much of the light gray right yet. We'll come back to it and connect everything that needs to be connected later, but for now we're only putting minimal pieces just to get all the blocks of coal down. So what I want to do is go to the bottom part of this mask. Right here we have this long strip of about 24 flat, and on the right side of it, so let me just find the strip I'm talking about. You can see me filling it in on the right hand screen right now. So on that strip, we're gonna go starting from the right side. We're gonna find the first 8 blocks and put light gray underneath each of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just like that. We're then gonna go down to the right from the right side, and we're gonna continue from there. So we're gonna first go down and to the right, 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. Down to the right, 2 flat. Down and to the right, 3 flat. And actually, let me see. I accidentally said 2 flat, but I extended it. I'm pretty sure that this part, I did this wrong. And this is not supposed to be 4 long, it's supposed to be 3, but it's kind of too late to continue now. So instead of putting the 3 flat right here, just extend it down extra and then change that to 2 flat. So we'll do this. If yours is 3 here, because I have to go back and check. I might have said 3 in a different part, or if I said 4, it's okay, like you can't tell the difference. So we'll just work around the difference. If yours is 4 right here, then put the 4 here. If yours is 3 right here, put the 3 here. But we're gonna go down from 8 to 4 to 2. Then we'll go down to right 3 flat. And then we're gonna skip right there. So instead of going down to right 2 flat, we're gonna go to the right side of it and put 2 going to the right, like this. So we skipped underneath it. From there, we're gonna go up and to the right, 2 flat. Up and to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 singles. And from there, we're gonna actually switch back into the coals. So we have the 6 singles I was talking about. We're gonna go down to the right, 1 block of coal from the final block. We're then gonna go up and to the right, 1 single. Up and to the right, 2 flat. And this is what I was talking about when I said the light gray is gonna be used to help branch it. So we're gonna just keep going up and to the right from here. We're gonna up and to the right, 4 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up and to the right, 2 vertical. And as long as everything's connected at minimum 1 diagonal block right here, you're doing it right. There just can't be any gaps. So we're next gonna go up and to the right, 2 single. Up and to the right, 2 vertical. Up and to the right, 1 single. And then it's gonna switch back into light gray to continue this little section right here before we can jump back into the coal blocks. So what we're gonna do is go up and to the right from here, or actually no, not up and to the right, because then it wouldn't connect properly. Right to the, like directly to the right of this single, we're gonna put 1 light gray, and then go up from it, and then we'll start going up and to the right. So from this first one, we're gonna go up and to the right, 3 more sets of 2 vertical. So 1, 2, 3. So it should be 4 of them in total. Then from the final one, we're gonna go up and to the right, 3 flat. And actually, this is the point that we can actually continue with the blocks of coal as well. So from the 3 flat, we're gonna go to the left of it and put 1 block of coal there, and then another on top. And actually, I'm trying to see if we want to skinny out the face as well, because the face is kind of rounded. So what I think I'll do is we'll shift it 1 more to the left. So instead of 1 block to the left of the 3 flat, we'll put it like this. So we'll put the 2 vertical black holes up and to the left of this 2 vertical light gray right here, just to kind of skinny out the mask. It's 1 block, but it'll make a difference later. Anyways, from there, we're gonna go up and to the left, 4 single. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up and to the left, 2 flat. Up and to the left, 1 single. Up and to left 2 flat 2 times in a row. So 1, 2. Up and to left 4 single. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is going a lot quicker than I thought. Some of the detail, like I said, with the light gray wool is not going to be filled in yet. We're just using this, and as you can see, a lot of it's not even like touching anything yet. Like this whole area is open, so it's very open to just a lot of colors and stuff that could be infiltrating this little section right here. So we're going to close out the gap so that you can see the clear borders and none of the colors get mixed up by accident. So from the 4 singles we have right here, we're going to go on top of the final single right here and put a light gray. We're then going to go up and to the left, 1 single light gray, up and to the left 2 flat, up and to the left 1 single again, and up and to the left 2 flat. Now from there we can easily just jump back into the blocks of coal. All we're going to do is go to the left block right here, and we're going to put 2 underneath it, 1 to the right, like so. So it has like this weird L shape, and there's only like a 1 block emptiness right here. Then we're going to go down to right 2 vertical, down to left 1 single, up and to left 1 single, down to left 3 flat, up and to left 3 flat 2 times in a row. So 1, 2, 3, placement at the end, 1, 2, 3. All of this is touching at the diagonal, nothing touching directly yet. We're then going to start bringing it back in towards the ground. So we're going to go down into left 4 flat. And actually, like I said, I'm trying to slim down the mask. So instead of 4 flat, going down to left, we're going to put the first block in the 4 flat, going below this first block into 3. So go underneath, this last block, sorry. So go underneath this final block right here, and we're going to put 1 block, and we'll put 3 to the left of that. 1, 2, 3. So we still have our 4 flat, except now it's not at a diagonal. Instead, the first block is going to be underneath the final block in our 3 flat that was prior. Now from our 4 flat, we're going to start bringing it down to the ground, like I said. So we're going to go to the right side of it, the final block there, and we're going to go down into the right 3 flat, down to the right 2 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, down to the right 1 single, down to the left 1 single, down into left 2 flat 5 times in a row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now just to complete the shape now and like seal out this little corner, we're just gonna go down into left 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. So like I told you, this all just creates like a kind of just a seal of where things are going to be in. So I think inside this whole area is going to be black wool and everything outside is going to be dark gray. So I'm not completely 100% sure yet, but we're going to fill in the light gray stuff later. We're going to continue filling in the extra dark pieces of black coal that just fill in the mask shape. So I think what we're going to do next is the nose area, or we're going to go doing this top right, this top right corner. And the top right corner takes a little bit less time to do, so we'll probably jump into that. So to continue the right side of the face, what we're going to do is take the black coal, and we're going to go to where we have the 3 flat light gray wool over here, and on the right side is where we're going to continue this time. So what I'm talking about is right here. We're going to the right side here, and we're going to go down and to the right from it 2 vertical pieces of blocks of coal, and that's where we're going to start this little section going right here. So we can either continue going from the bottom or the top of it. I think I want to work from the top of it, and then we'll work around later to the bottom. So we're going to go to the top of this 2 vertical right here, and we're going to go up and to the right, 3 vertical, 1, 2, 3. And for each block right here, we're going to just keep putting a placement block on the top just to keep building up. So then I'm going to go up and to the right, 4 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4. Up and to the right, 1 single. Up and to the right, 3 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Up and to the right, 5 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. 3, 4, 5. And we're gonna start curving it up and to the left now, so it can start matching up with the curves of the mask. So we're gonna go up and to the left now. 2 singles. 1, 2. up and to left 2 vertical, and then we're gonna go up and to left 2 flat, and we're just getting really down to the wire here. It's like really close to the mask, and that's fine. But what you're gonna want to do then is trim the left block in 2 flat. We're gonna put 1 on top, and then we're gonna go up and to left 1 single. Now we can actually go around now and do the bottom half of this and bring it up, and it's also going to be a tight fit going up here, but just go with it, guys. A lot of it's not going to look perfect, but it's going to look close enough, because like I told you, sometimes I just add an extra random block sometimes and I don't even remember putting them there. So let's go to the bottom of the 2 vertical, and this looks close enough. I'm pretty sure that there's no like distinguishable errors or anything like that. It all looks perfect. So once we get to the nose, you'll start seeing by the end of this part, it will look pretty much just like him. We'll just be missing hair detail and just minor stuff like ears, little lines in the ears and stuff. So from the bottom of the 2 vertical right here, what we're going to do is we're going to keep going down to the left, and then we're going to come back up. So let's go down into the left now, 2 vertical 2 times in a row, 1, 2, down to left 1 single, down to left 2 vertical, down to left 1 single. Now we're gonna start going up and to the right and curving it in again. So what I want to do first is, whoops, sorry, I'm clicking the wrong button. There we go. From the 1 single, we're gonna start going up and to the right from it. So it's gonna, for the first couple of blocks, it's gonna match what we've already been doing, but after that, you'll see it'll kind of branch off again. So we're gonna go up and to the right, 2 singles from this first single. So we have 1 right here, then we're gonna put a second one right here, up and to the right 2 vertical. So it still matches up with kind of what we have going on there. Up and to the right 1 single. And the reason I'm putting a dirt block on each one is so you can see how they're touching what we've already placed, but they're not the same thing. It's kind of branching to the right of it. And it's not directly, I mean, it's not like its own vine or branch yet, but as we continue going up and to the right, it'll kind of split off just a little bit. Anyway, so we have 1, 1, 1, 2, 1. We're then going to go up and to the right, 2 vertical again. Up and to the right 1 single. Still hasn't branched off yet. It's very close to what we already have. I thought it would have branched off by now, actually, so I'm kind of confused. I'm not confused. I know what it's supposed to do, but I'm kind of like disappointed that it didn't branch off earlier. So we have 1, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 1. We're gonna up and to the right 2 vertical again, then 1 single, then up and to the right 1 single. And if I do sound a little bit confused, guys, this is a huge pixel art. My eyes are like really straining just to make sure I'm doing everything correctly. So every like 2 seconds, I'm just darting my eyes in between my notes to myself and stuff like that. It's very strenuous, so just bear with me. Anyways, we're gonna up and to the right, 2 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. And you can go back and make sure that they're all lengths of 2 vertical, because if one is a little bit too long, you might have just messed up. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. We're then gonna go up and to the right, 5 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up and to the left, 2 flat. Oops, wrong side. There you go. Up and to the left, 1 single. Up and to the left, 2 flat again. Up and to the left, 2 singles. And as you can see, it wedges itself all the way into this corner over here. You can even fill in this final block with dirt. I mean, not dirt, black coal. Or you can fill it in with block of black wool later. But as you can see, it closes out that shape, and we don't need to put anything further there. So once you have that, we're actually done with this corner piece. We still haven't done the light gray details or light gray wool details. We're gonna get to that later, like I told you. Let's just actually move to the center nose piece, and let's see. I'll check the time marker once we're done with that, because we have done a lot of the mask. So what we're gonna do for the center nose piece, because the nose doesn't have any detail whatsoever right now, and that's a problem, is we're gonna go to the top of the mask, where you see we have this long strip right here, if you're looking at the left-hand camera screen, and it goes up and to the left into this. So let me just mark where I want us to start. So we're gonna start on the 3 flat right here, that's in between the long strip and the 2 flat right there. It kind of slants up into the rest of the mouth. So from this 3 flat, what we're going to do is to the right of it, we're going to put 3 extra pieces of black coal going there. 1, 2, 3. And then also from that same 3 flat, the original one, we're just going to go up and to the right, 1 from it. So what it should look like is this so far. We're then going to go up and to the right, 1 single again. Up and to the right, 2 flat. Up and to the right, 1 single. Up and to the right, 2 flat. Up and to the right, 5 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up and to the right, 6 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you're looking at the nail, or if you have like a picture of the finished build, you're starting to see that this is where the nose detail comes into place. So we're gonna go up and to the right, 5 flat now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're gonna make sure that you do this part correctly. From the 5 flat, we're gonna start on these first 2 blocks and put 1 block of coal above each of them. We're then gonna put an extra block to the left. From there, we're gonna go up and to the left, 6 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up and to the left, 4 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to switch over into our light gray wool, because this is where it starts going up and into the nose area. So from our light gray wool, what we're going to do is we're going to take the 4 flat right here and put an extra 2 light grays to the left of it, like so. We're then going to take the first 3 pieces right here on the left side of this 4 flat and put 1 piece of light gray above each, like so again. And here's where the split happens. So from the 3 flat light grays, we're going to put 1 on top of the final block on the right side here, 1 to the right, then 2 or 3 up going. So we're going to put 3, actually not 2 or 3, sorry, I'm not speaking properly. We're going to put 2 up if we're doing the right side and 3 up if we're doing the left side. So we'll put 2 up first and put a marker there. Then you can put the 3rd block on top. So we're going to be working with this block, this second to last block first, to continue the right side. So what you want to do from the right side is go up and to the right, 3 flat. Now going up to this block. Actually, let me just reset this whole part because it's confusing now. Now that I realize that we were working with the top block all along. So reset back up to here. All we're going to do is add 3 blocks to the top of this. So 1, 2, 3. And from the 3rd block, we're just going to put 3 to the right. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to up and to the left from that block, 12 vertical. See, that's much easier. That was a lot easier said than what I just said before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is what happens when I don't get enough sleep, guys. I start saying foolishness. Anyways, we're going to continue with the left side where we have the 12 vertical. And we're going to up and to the left, 2 vertical, because we're very close to the roof. We're then going to go up and to the left, 1 single. And that's it for the left side. For the right side, what we're going to do is we're going to put an extra block to the right. And from that extra block, we're going to put 1 underneath. And then we're going to still use that extra block, not the block underneath, the extra block right here. And we're going to go up and to the left, 1 single. So it kind of curves back in on itself. We're then going to go up and to the left, 7 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Delete that dirt block. Up and to the right, 2 vertical, 2 times in a row. 1, 2. 1, 2. Up and to the right, 1 single. And we're trying to hit this corner right here. So what we're going to do from that single is actually trace back. We're not going to use the single anymore. We're going to go back to the 2 vertical right before it. And the bottom block in that 2 vertical is going to get 2 to the left. We're then going to go up and to the left, 2 flat. Up and to the left, 1 single. And then up and to the left, 2 vertical. And that ends the shape right there. So you can actually color in this little section right here with light gray and it won't be a problem. This is, I think, the first set of light gray structures that we've completed. Other stuff we just kind of left it hanging. Like the other light gray stuff we've included, it's not done with. Everything that's light gray over there, we still have more to add to it and we'll add to it later. But for this part, I just wanted to make sure that it's more structured out. And I think we have time to jump into the eyeball, do we? do we have time to jump into the eyeball? I think we do, so we'll do that. So here's where we're gonna take the nether brick and the block of redstone, and we're gonna jump right into the eye and just see if we can kind of structure that out to make it look decent, because we do have a lot of the frame set up. So we're just gonna move up there, and we'll go to the 5 flat that we have right here that leads into the branch of the eye. So this is the 5 flat, and here's the branch that leads into the eyeball. So I marked it for you guys. And we're gonna count down from the 7 flat. So whoops. So this is 5 flat, and then when it goes down here, that's 7. What we wanna do is find the 3rd or 4th block in the 7. And I'm gonna choose the 3rd block. So this is the 3rd block right here. Oops. So 3rd block from the top, and our 7. Ignore the 5 flat. So this is 1, 2, 3. And what we're gonna do from there is we're gonna put 2 nether brick to the right. We're then gonna go down to the right 1 nether brick, up and to the right 2 flat, down to the right 1 single, and here's where we can switch back to, I guess it's black wool or the black coal. I'm gonna just use black coal for now, but I'm pretty sure for the center of the eye you can just use black wool. So we're gonna put 1 piece of black coal to next to it, to the right of it, sorry. And then from that black coal, we're gonna extend it over 4 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Underneath it, we're gonna do another copy row, so just 1 underneath each of these. And now on the top and bottom, we're gonna take the 3 center blocks and put 1 above them and 1 below them. So the top 3 center get 1 above, and the bottom 3 center get 1 below. So that's the eye shape right there. Now that we have the eye pupil thingy done, we're gonna switch back to our nether brick, and we're gonna go to the top right corner right here and put a piece of nether brick there. We're then gonna go up and to the right 1, and then down to the right 2 vertical. And that's it for the eye. What you can do is color in the top now with nether brick and the bottom with the redstone. Or you can just wait till we do more detailed stuff later, and if you're missing anything, I'll probably fill you guys in. But that's it for the eyes. That's it for some of the mask details. So I think what we have left is just minor light gray stuff, some stuff in the hair, and some stuff in the ear. And I'm probably going to try and get that all into one part next time. Hopefully I have time for it. It's very strenuous to do this stuff, guys. It's like a lot of talking, and it's a lot of time consumed. Also, it's like my brain gets jumbled because this pixel art's been, I think, months in the making. So I'll try to get it done for you guys. This should have been the final part, but this has been taking like an hour, and we haven't even finished a lot of it. But we did finish a lot of the detail on the mask, which is a very good step forward. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. This is Phoenix, and as always, I will see you guys later.